A beautiful song for a beautiful day, 9:02 downtown Alton, Illinois. CJ Nasello here with you. It's our daily show, and we got a busy one ahead of us. Alton Little Theater is joining us in just a couple of seconds. Executive Director Lee Cox is on the line now, and then after that, Base Camp Alton and Stephen Peterball will be in to talk about their new storefront, and then McPike Mansion follows in the 10 o'clock hour. But let's get right into it. We got Lee Cox, the Executive Director of Alton Little Theater, on the line. Lee, congratulations on 89 years in business.
Well, thank you. I don't feel quite 89, but I've been there for 50 years, so I've been there for most of it, for sure.
Oh, that's incredible.
And we're just 2 miles from downtown, so we're not quite downtown where you are, but we still are part of the action in town.
Can you feel the construction equipment tearing up the roads where you're at?
Oh, we had to put warnings everywhere trying to explain to people it's going to take a little more time to get to particularly 67. I mean, that's the main route that St. Louis people come in. 17% of our audiences come from St. Louis. So yes, that has been a bit of a nightmare.
Oh, I bet it has.
But, that's part of every summer. We travel a lot, and I mean, they're tearing up highways. So I keep saying good infrastructure, lots of jobs. I just have to remind myself of that.
Well, that's incredible. And you guys are, have taken your 89 season in stride. You guys are jam-packed throughout the year, and you guys have shows starting in just a few weeks.
We are. We open on September 9th with our first show, a comedy, a wonderful new comedy called Spreading It Around. And yes, I mean, a lot of theaters have been saying we're back. And in one sense, we hope we're back with fuller audiences and, perfect attendance and all that. But what kills me is when people will come up to me and say, did you guys reopen? And I smile and try not to scream and say, we never closed.
That's true. You really didn't.
No, I mean, for 40 days in March of 2020, the governor shut us all down, but we were declared essential workers, 5 of us. We built, we planned, we spread the season out. We kept doing it. We had 35 people in attendance with social distance seating. We had to figure out the whole way to revamp the theater and have plexiglass and steaming, but we never went away. And so, again, we've completed all the shows for the 87th and 88th season. We're hoping the 89th will be smoother. So, yeah, we have 6 main stage shows, and then we have right now scheduled 4 extra entertainment shows, which are in between. And then we always add some things throughout the year because great opportunities will come up with people who are touring through the area or something like that.
Absolutely. And I'm glad we were segueing into this because with you guys at the Little Theater, you take so much pride in your work. And the fact that you guys navigated a pandemic when you're right, virtually every other theater in the area, because I used to do another show in St. Louis, and everything was closed. So it shows just how much you care about your product. And that's what I wanted to ask you. How important is the community involvement when it comes to Alton Little Theater? Kind of a softball, but a real important one.
Oh, it is absolutely essential. In fact, I always read 3 books at a time, a fiction, a nonfiction, and a theater book. And just the one I'm reading right now says that more and more, there's no community theater that can survive without funding. Excuse me, and particularly loyal funding from the community. And we have had such loyal patrons, but we're not a moneyed community. So it takes a lot of people making small donations. We try and keep the price of season tickets reasonable. We know that everyone's watching their pennies, but we think we're a great deal. I mean, 6 shows, including a musical for $89. I mean, that would be less than the price of 1 ticket at the Fox. I mean, and I go to the Fox. I'm not,
right.
I'm not, doing that. But so many people, that's totally out of the price range, particularly to take a couple out, even a family. That just doesn't happen. And we try and get new shows as soon as we can. And if there's a good underside of the pandemic, it is that Broadway is now releasing shows within a year or two after they close on Broadway. It used to be 5 or 6 years until we could get a new production. But so we're looking at Mrs. Doubtfire and things that just closed last year.
Wow.
Because we're already planning our 90th season. We have to like plan a year in advance and then maybe modify, but we have to apply for royalties and they have to look at our geographic area because, Illinois, they think, oh, are they too close to Chicago? Will it interfere? I'm like, no, we're nowhere near Chicago. But St. Louis, we have to look at what's playing in St. Louis because a professional theater will always trump what we call ourselves a non-equity house. They don't actually use community that much. When you're a non-equity house, you don't pay the actors or you pay them very little, but you have paid staff. It's run like a business. It's a little different than it used to be
Right.
in years past.
Absolutely. And let's kind of dive in because you said you guys plan a year out, and I've looked online, did some research because I'm the student that I am, even though I got a C average. That's okay. We aren't going to say that on the air, but
Good for you. You're learning. You're learning.
There we go. I want to get right into this. You guys are booked up for the year. If you guys check out the Alton Little Theater's website, which you guys have an amazing website. I don't know. You guys really should take credit in that because so many theaters that are around town really don't have such an accessible website for people to find every bit of information they need in a very easy way. You don't have to go search for it. It's all right there.
Well, then I have to give public credit to Ashley
Oh.
Hendricks because she has made my life so much easier. I mean, I love working with RiverBender.com because she gets me, she gets how quickly things change, and she's just a sweetheart. She always smiles, she always gets to it. She never gives me grief about things. I just adore her.
I just want to point out we did not talk about that before the show started. That was off the cuff. That wasn't a call to action for you. That's funny. I love to hear that. Ashley does do a great job. Let's talk about
She does, yeah.
let's talk about spreading it around the 9th of September. A group of senior livings in Florida. Can you talk a little bit more about that? Maybe give it better detail than I can.
Well, of course, a big part, not total, but a big part of our loyal season ticket base tends to be in a senior age, anywhere from 55 to 85 plus. And so when we read this script, it's written by a comedy writer. He wrote 2 plays at one time. They're both smash hits all over the country, but he wrote for Phyllis Diller and Lily Tomlin and a bunch of things. And so I thought, oh, it's going to be just one-liners, but it's really a story that has some heart too. It's funny, but it does deal with a group of seniors in Florida, which, we talked about all the seniors in Florida. And after a while, they get pretty tired of golf and sunshine, and they're greedy kids only visiting when they want money. And so they kind of bond together and they find these small causes in their community, not a theater, but really kids and families who are struggling, and they decide they're going to create a foundation called Sin, which means spend it now. It has nothing to do with sin, but they set up a philanthropic organization, and lo and behold, they get like 10,000 seniors in Florida who just contribute, anywhere from 10 to 50 to 500 or more, and they raise a ton of money for good causes. So, of course, their kids are upset, and the kids, one set of particularly obnoxious kids, try to declare their mom mentally incompetent, and the psychiatrist concludes that she's the sanest woman he knows, and he even kind of falls for her a little bit. He's a senior. But she really has to recognize that her relationship with her son is never going to be fulfilling, but she creates this whole new family of this one family that she helps, in particular the first family she ever helped. So it's funny. It takes place in Florida, which we lived there for 2 years. So I unpacked everything I had from 20 years ago and did the set and had fun doing that. And I love that we have 3 incredible senior actors. I won't give all their ages, but let me just say it goes from 65 to 86,
Oh,
and
wow.
they're incredible and endearing. And as much as we promote our youth programming, I think it's also important that we honor. There's a new genre called silver theater, where shows are written in particular for people over 55. Well, this cast includes, the kids, so you have people under 42. But I think it's just a brilliant way to say we're never too old to reinvent ourselves and learn new skills and take a risk. I just love when seniors come out for auditions. I love when young people come out for auditions, and we've been having great success. We'll have 25, 30, 35 people. I mean, this summer we cast 37 in Shrek. It's just, that's very fulfilling for us to see how many people show up for our auditions and just say, this is on my bucket list. And I said, well, we want to try and help you.
That is so cool, and that's such a huge component, and that's why I just love the Alton Little Theater. It's so many area high school students that are part of productions, and like you said, I think that is so neat that the senior citizens or the older adults of our area are coming out and taking part of this as well. I have a quick question for you. What's been the most
Yes.
inspiring, something that you always look back on that's one of your, maybe not an achievement, but just one of your favorite moments of your time here at the Little Theater?
Wow. Oh, you didn't prepare me for that one. We can
I'm
say this was
sorry.
this wasn't pre-planned. No, that's okay.
I put people on the spot
There's
all the
been some.
time.
I probably was known for at least 10 years as the serious director, the one who would do the important dramas. And so I did a revival of To Kill a Mockingbird, but the thing I'm looking forward to is doing Aaron Sorkin's revival. And as much as I love comedy, and I think I'm a funny person, I'm in comedies, but I treasure the dramas. We're doing Violet Sharp in March, which deals with the true story behind the Lindbergh baby kidnapping. And people would think, oh, I don't want to go see a downer. It is riveting, it's historical. They will love this story. And it's so timely in terms of what happens in the press today and what happened back then. And so I'm proud that now we are at least successful enough that I can pack the houses, but I can still do a show once in a while that's just a worthwhile piece of theater. And that makes me proud that I've gotten us to that point.
Absolutely. And real quick, if you could, and by the way, what you guys have done there is really, we should all be proud of it. It's a, even
Oh,
though,
you're fading out.
oh, are you still there? Oh,
It's sort of in and out.
oh no, it's them working on the darn road up there. I think that's what it is.
Let's blame it on that.
Well, real quick, while I still have you, before we lose connection here, can you tell us about the upcoming events and how we can get tickets and all the good information for our listeners to make sure that they're aware of the 89th season of Alton Little Theater?
Well, again, you gave us a plug on the website, and it really has a lot of information, all the show dates, and then there's a buy tickets, and it goes through every day. For spreading it around, we have added a third matinee on the second Saturday, on the 17th. And then that's an experiment. We've always done two matinees, but we've had so many tour groups and seniors say that they like to come to a play and then go out to dinner. And so we're just going to try that and see if it does become popular. As you said, a lot of theaters in St. Louis are slowly coming back and trying things, and so that's one of the things. And then right after we close spreading it around, even before the next show, which has a huge tech problem, so it like goes, we need 6 weeks of vacation. I mean, a rehearsal. Yeah, it's not vacation, rehearsal. But we have three things going on. October 1st, well, really September 30th, we start Fach Tradition, and that is FACH. And it's the most interesting, beautiful choral 4-part harmony, but not barbershop. This is music from around the world, incredible trained singers who sing in harmony with stories from Ireland and all over Europe and just Italy. It's just beautiful. And we have 3 concerts with them on the 30th and the 1st and the 2nd. But also on the 1st, Bob Baxter and all the State Farm agents in town are helping us do a Halloween costume sale at the theater for $5. People can just come to the parking lot, have some donuts and refreshments and hear music and get a Halloween costume for $5. So we're
Wow.
doing that as a community event. And then the very next weekend on October 8th, we are sponsoring a Lincoln Luncheon with Mr. Randy Duncan, who is the state's premier commemorator of Abraham Lincoln. And we have a troupe of 5 actors who will be performing with a 4-course brunch and just wonderful entertainment, wonderful food at the Post Commons. And that's only 60 people can sit in the banquet room. But we hope to make this a tradition every fall that Randy will come, and he's just a wonderful entertainer, and he knows so much about Abraham Lincoln's life. And my husband actually plays Robert Todd Lincoln, his
Okay.
son, and my good friend Amy Miller, who's a teacher here in town, she plays Mary Todd Lincoln. And I just ordered new costumes, so I need to pay for the concert because I really love these costumes. That's sort of my thing: costumes, set, lights. Kevin has to build all the sets. I'm not into building so much, but the whole trappings around that. And I think every show, I can't tell you how excited I am about the variety we have this year. People may not know all the titles. They may have heard that the play that goes wrong because it was very, very popular at the Rep and held over. Bus Stop, they know from the movie. She Loves Me was based on the Jimmy Stewart, The Little Shop Around the Corner. Violet Sharp, they wouldn't know the name, but that's the one about the Lindbergh kidnapping. And Ding Dong is a French play that we've tried to do for 5 years. It was held over in Naples, Florida for 3 months. And our good friend who directs the $1 Million Theater down there said, you got to do this show. And we tried, but of course during COVID, an expensive show like this, it just didn't make sense for us to try and do. So we're finally, keep your fingers crossed, I'm finally going to be able to do that French farce next May.
Awesome.
And then we have a Sinatra concert. And we also have a new play called G's Ben, which we're doing for Black History Month celebration. It's just one of the most beautiful plays I have ever read. And we've got a rock and roll guy that we're negotiating with and a couple of other things. So they need to check out the website because we have at least 1, if not 2 or 3 things going on every single month.
That is incredible. And what's that website again?
It's altonlittletheater.org.
There we go. Lee Cox is the sorry.
No, that's right. I said it's pretty easy, just all squished together, altonlittletheater.org.
There we go. Lee Cox, the executive director of Alton Little Theater. Thank you so much for taking some time out of your day 2 times in a row, and we got it right this time.
Well, thank you. And anytime. You
Awesome.
Just call me, okay?
Sounds like a plan. Thanks, Lee.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. We'll be back with more of our daily show with Stephen Peterball of Base Camp right around the corner.
Are you in the market for new flooring? Look no further than Eagles Discount Carpet. Ed Eagles has an enormous inventory of carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood with professionally trained carpet installers that will treat your project and home with the utmost respect. Lowe's and Home Depot can't even compare. Our discounted prices regularly beat out the big box stores. Stop by today to have your new flooring ready for the holiday season. Ed Eagles, quality carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood at discount prices, located on Humbert Road in Alton.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Robert Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is good news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trunked. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
When you want surprisingly great rates on insurance, contact Mike Fanistock, your local State Farm agent in Wood River. Mike grew up here and is happy to call the Riverbend his home. His care and dedication to the Riverbend proves that he genuinely is a good neighbor. Call Mike today at 254-1251 for a quote on auto, home, health, or life insurance. Mike Fanistock, your local State Farm agent in Wood River. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Joining me now is Stephen Peterball, Base Camp Alton. Man, how are we doing?
Hey, what's up? Glad to be back, CJ.
There we go. You got a new storefront coming, don't you? Or you just opened it.
Yeah.
What am I talking about? I'm sorry, it's only 9:10. Here, let me pull that down. This is a perfect. Okay, well, we talked about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
All right, right.
And we just had found out that you were moving locations, or you were giving us a little bit more information. How's that transition been for you, and where are you located now?
Yeah, no, it's great. So we were at 210 Market Street, which, is kind of a smaller street, not as well known. Now we're on 215 Piasol Street, which is right smack dab, right when you come into Alton. So, yeah, no, I mean, so far the reception has been great. Everybody that's come in has been really impressed with it. It just, it's a bit bigger. We only had about a 350 square foot building to
Right.
now it's 900. So yeah, I think people feel more comfortable to come in and shop and look around and hang out a little bit. So yeah, no, I think it's provided a great environment for everybody. That's what we're looking for.
Absolutely, and I saw the changes you guys made. A lot more space for you guys to put, because you have a large inventory. It looks like.
Yeah, it's getting bigger and bigger by the day. Definitely.
And if people want to, they can come in and buy or trade or co-sign. That's the thing that I still think is great. That I want the listeners to really know. The co-signing thing has to be one of the most ingenious things around.
Yeah.
It's like, can you explain that a little bit more? I can't do it.
Yeah, no, honestly, it's kind of funny. I get calls almost every day from people, get as far as Fenton, Missouri, all around the area, and they're asking me, hey, what's your consignment process like, blah, 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 and, a lot of people consign, like, furniture and stuff.
Right.
So, like, a lot of people want to get rid of old furniture, get rid of old appliances, and so that's where I think the consignment model kind of really, really started, but, that's people who have stuff like that just want to get whatever they can get for it,
Right.
So anyway, long story short, we figured it'd be a great way for people, people want to be involved in this stuff. That, if you win a raffle, there's no point in not trying to make some money off of it, maybe get your money back at worst case scenario. But, so yeah, consignment, we sell shoes for other people. We take 10% of final sale price. So, it's like it's a passive income for some people, they basically front the capital. They buy the shoe. They take the risk. It should be a calculated risk most of the time. Sometimes not always. We're all humans. But yeah, so it's a great option. And it's good for us too. It gives the customer more options in store. Like we can't necessarily, as a small business, hold just a ton of capital. A ton of inventory at a time. So it's good. It's good for us. It diversifies what comes in, what comes out, and yeah, I mean, so far it's been absolutely great.
Yeah, and that 10% actually is a really relatively fair rate.
Yeah, very modest.
Yeah.
I think most online places like Goat, StockX, Grailed, eBay, those guys usually take about 13 to 15%. So, yeah, we like we said, I mean, we're in it because we want people to get involved. We think any type of traction, any type of, focus on the store is good, at the end of the day. If we only make 10% off of it, that's okay. We're still technically making money. So
Exactly. And that's the thing. You guys are always, you found a way to always have some type of business going, whether it's a slow day or a good day.
Right.
Let's talk about this. We mentioned last time I had you on, we were talking about, the raffle system and how that works. Has there been any big sneaker releases lately that you guys have been focusing on?
I feel like they've been fairly slow. Oh, whoa, hey, oh.
That's okay. It's seen worse. It's seen me.
I feel like they've been fairly slow lately. I think they're kind of gearing up for a big winter.
Right.
I want to say, because they do have some shoes lined up to drop. So yeah, every day I get screenshots, sent to me. Hey, when are these coming out, and can you get them for me? And it's funny because a lot of times some of the stuff will be like on these just maybe like a mock-up type thing. It's like, those are never coming out. It's like, I would get those for you, but those will never come out. But they do have some. They got some big releases coming out. But no, really, that Travis Scott was the last big release. That's like.
Did you get a pair of? Didn't you get your hands?
I
on
did
those?
get my hands on a pair. Local Matt Bauer.
Right.
Matt Bauer's mom won.
No
yeah,
way.
Matt's got his brother's going for it. He's got his girlfriend go. His girlfriend won too, which is crazy. Yeah, Kelsey. So yeah, they won 2 of them. For retail cost, and I think Kelsey maybe still has hers. But yeah, I ended up buying Matt's, and he ended up giving a good portion of the money to his mom. So his mom. Next thing you know, his mom just gets a notification that she paid $170 for a shoe, but then next thing you know, she got a little bit of cash in her hand. So it worked out. It worked out for her pretty good.
Well, if you need to find shoes and get the raffle, you know who to call. That's funny. That's great. And that's another thing that's really cool about your guys' store. You've utilized your friendships from from growing up, and that's really helped build your business to something that's really incredible. Because this doesn't happen normally with the 2 year, 3 years in.
Right.
You guys.
I feel like we grew pretty quick.
Yeah, I'd say so. I didn't ask you this last time, and actually I kicked myself afterwards. What was the one story or one customer that came in maybe with a little bit of an expectation of consignment and thought, oh, I'm going to put it up for this much, calls you a little bit later? It's one of those fun stories that you can't make up or write even if you tried.
I'm sure I have a lot of them. I can't pinpoint exactly which one you're talking about.
That's okay. I was just wondering what just one, if any, if you think of it, you go, oh my God, that was a bad day.
Yeah, there's definitely days where people come in and it's
right.
Reselling's not always what you expect. You might have a shoe you think it's the best shoe in the world, and it might end up being the worst shoe in the world. And I've had situations like that where we bought a lot of one shoe and we maybe bought 10 pairs, we only sold 1 or 2. We're like, hey, maybe we shouldn't have done that, and I think some consigners definitely, it happens, man. That's natural in business, It's but that's what's awesome, man. Is we're very transparent, in the consignment system. We have sheets and stuff that are shareable, so everything's usually, man. It can get sticky, and I've heard of a lot of sticky. I've heard a lot of sticky situations when it comes to consignment. I've actually had some rebounders from people who, were consigning with another store and they just had a very bad experience, and then came to consign with me. So yeah, so far, I think I've never technically lost a consigner.
That's actually impressive.
Yeah,
That's really impressive.
People have definitely consigned with us, sold 4, 5, 6, 7 things, and then maybe called it, but we've never had somebody come in and say, all right, I want all my stuff back. This isn't working out.
Right.
In a hateful way. It's always been, appreciate you so much for trying to get these off for me. Yeah, they didn't sell. Unfortunate. I'll take them back.
And that happens. That's part of the job. Yeah. And another thing I want to hit on before we take a quick buffer break here is your guys' raffles. I don't know if a lot of most people should know, if they don't follow you guys on social media, they're missing out in the snap raffles and things like that. When did you come up with this idea, and was it yours, or was this something you guys kind of talked about one day and it took off?
You talking about like the raffles that we do for people? Yeah. I would say that just because of how our industry, what the market is like, it is a raffle kind of market. So I think it just kind of adds to everything, and it is really, people love raffles, man.
They do.
You see it. People love to throw $20 into a slot machine,
Hey,
so
I'm sitting right here, man. Come on.
So, it's a good, it's a great way to get I remember the first raffle we ever did, that was about a $400 shoe. And so we did it for $20, thing. But really, at the end of the day, it's like we do get our money back.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's good for everybody. Somebody wins a shoe for $20, and we, get our money back. But then, I mean, the biggest thing is just engagement when
Right.
it comes to stuff like that. Like we want to give back. We want to.
And that's what I kind of was hitting at, because so many people don't do that, and that's, you guys have shown how it works. I
Right.
mean, ever since I saw you guys starting to do these raffles, more and more people were posting pictures at the store and really making it a community thing.
Right.
That you guys do so well. It's 9:31 downtown Alton, talking to Stephen Peterball of Base Camp. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, our conversation rolls on our daily show with me, CJ Nasello.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
For over 60 years, Quality has been providing the Riverbend area with new and pre-owned vehicles, Cadillac, Buick, and GMC. And now we're excited to bring a second location in Jerseyville, Illinois, Quality Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Quality vehicles, quality service, quality low prices, quality. It's more than just our name. Quality Buick, GMC, Cadillac in Alton. Quality Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram in Jerseyville.
Mr. Blue Sky, please tell us why you had to hide away for so long. Where did we go wrong?
9:32, our conversation with Stephen Peterball of Base Camp is rolling on. You guys are moving into your second location. A great business model, a great structure. And that's something I really want to know a little bit more about your business model.
Yeah. Some might say it's good, some might say it's bad. Yeah, I mean, I would just say off rip, I can't say, me and my buddy Jorge, Tristan Nicoloy, we kind of formulated the idea. And I just want to say, like, it never started with, all right, this is how we're going to make money.
Right.
Like, it never was like, all right, well, this is what we got to do to make this much money a month, to make this much money a year, to keep this business going. Like, it was never like that. It was like, what can we do to A, provide the best service, B, stay innovative, stay moving forward, C, make money so that we can innovate, so that we can make different moves, try different things without, breaking the bank, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, I mean, I really pride ourselves in going into this very organic, very like how can this not only help Alton, but accommodate the people around here.
Absolutely.
Like, how can this be as of a service, which comes into consignment, comes into the amount of times people come in for me I pay their bills. It's not in a negative way, but hey, I got this shoe.
Right.
You'll give me $150 for it today. I don't have to I don't have to go ring around the rosy. You give me $150 today, they love it.
Exactly.
Maybe they could have got $200 for it, but they understand that I have to make a little bit of money to keep my overheads going. And so I think it's a great platform for everybody.
Well, and you know what? You hit it right on the head. So many times, especially to me, in my mind just goes to me at 16 or 17, and all of a sudden you got a date coming up and you can't find any money. You're asking grandma and mom and ain't nobody helping you. And there's nothing you could do. What are you going to do? Go to GameStop and get $3 for your Call of Duty game?
Right.
So to have that service for the youth too is really a neat thing. And it's not, like you said, about a profit thing. You guys really just want to do this and you care about it.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I'd say so too. You know what I think? I've been wearing the wrong darn headphones all morning, and I finally figured it out, Stephen Peterball.
No wonder you can't hear anything, huh?
I'm telling you. Well, these ones aren't even plugged in. Oh man, it's a rough morning. It's all good. I'll go back to these. We're thriving at 9:35 and some change in downtown Alton. Let's go on with this conversation. What you got any events coming up or any raffles that you're working on or
we since the opening, it's kind of I would call it a soft opening. We've been having very limited hours. We've only been open 3 to 7, so 4 hours a day.
Just to get acclimated.
Yeah, we kind of it was really more of a back to school thing. People were asking us to get open. People were getting a little antsy. I understand completely. But it definitely is a long process opening, getting a physical store created.
Oh, I bet.
Making it what you want it to be. There's so many different pieces and, parts that got to come together. But, like I said, we were basically a soft opening. We didn't really fully open. So, here next month, I've basically been saying we'll get back to regular hours. Definitely have a plan of throwing out a couple things for retail. Some bigger market shoes, and then we'll do some raffles and stuff like that. But then, we're actually doing the next event, what we talked about last time.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
There's Greater Sneaker Society Part 4 now. That'll be in October 9th. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. We're actually switching up the venue, so we're gonna be in North County this time.
Oh,
So,
wow.
So
Big market,
for
yeah.
Alton people, will be a lot closer. It was like South City.
Oh,
St.
yeah.
Louis, so 50-minute drive, but now it's looking like it'll be about a 20-minute drive. So I plan on bringing a lot more shoes.
Right.
And I the last one I kind of just went to network, like we
Right.
said, went to network, meet people. I did in fact meet a couple new store owners in the local Midwest area. So that was really good. But next time since it's closer, I'm gonna bring some shoes, man, and see if we can't have a killing.
I would say so. And another thing I wanted to talk about was just this exactly. So many people really don't understand how big the sneaker community is, and we hit on it a little bit last time, but how many do you think, or how many of these networking events, these Greater Sneaker Society type of events, are there going on in the area for people to go to?
As far as the area, unfortunately, not quite as many. There is going to be another one called a store is doing it, Soul Cave. They're doing it at the Ameristar Casino, which will be pretty cool. It'll be a good setting.
Well, now it's going to cost me $2,000 for sneakers.
Maybe not even sneakers.
No
you might not spend a single dollar on shoes.
Probably not.
Which I think that'll be nice too. But no, these go around all over the country. There's like 3 or 4 that have really like grabbed a spotlight. I think it's like Kobe Swap Meet is one. Another one is like He Got Souls, and then Complex Con. They're just these are they travel basically from city to city, pop up. So Denver, Atlanta, LA. So yeah, it's I probably should be traveling to some more of these. There are some local ones that I see up in like South Chicago, North Chicago area.
Right.
So up in there, and then I see some in like I think Indiana does a few, Ohio. So I should probably travel around more. Just kind of being busy with the store, trying to focus on opening the store. And then, it's kind of we're at the point where we don't really want to sell crazy amount of shoes outside of store. We do still sell some shoes on GOAT and online, because it's the proper payout and stuff.
Totally.
But at the end of the day, man, we want to try to keep everything, we try to buy for the store, that's kind of the goal.
Absolutely, and that's kind of, I'm glad we're segueing into this. Couple minutes left with Stephen Peterball of Base Camp Alton. You just opened up a new storefront. Are you planning on maybe in the future looking into, if things go well, having a couple of storefronts, or you're going to keep one?
No, 100%, man. I would love for Alton to, have a store front and maybe even at Piesaw for quite a while. There's like one other spot here in Alton that I really have always dreamt of being in, and it's 100% doable in a better location. And so maybe I'm thinking I have like a 2 to 3 year plan that I want to be in Piesaw. But then there's one more spot here in Alton that I think we could blow the roof off, man. We could make an unbelievable place. There's a lounge in there. There's office space. There's retail space. So could turn it into a real type, compound. Really try to turn it into a more of a corporate structure. Where we do have an office where we do post a bunch of stuff online and we do sell a tons of stuff online. But then we do have that retail space as well. For Alton and surrounding areas, and then really I've always thought of opening a store, and I got two other places here in Illinois in specific. One local, another one a few hours away. But I think there's some untapped markets out there, man. There really are.
All I gotta say is, whenever this, when you start growing and you become, the size of a Foot Locker, but a better version of it. I don't want to say Foot Locker. I just don't know nothing about shoes.
They got the worst customer service.
They
in
do.
America.
I am telling you, they are the worst.
Every foot store in America has got the worst customer.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said it. But whenever you're bigger than
don't
they
get
are,
me going.
Whenever you're big, no, maybe we should.
We got a live call here. Should we go live?
Oh, there we go. If it's my phone, it's just a telemarketer telling me I owe money. Stephen Peterbaum, Basecamp Alton, don't forget about us here in the next couple of years when you're kicking butt and taking names. Doing great right now.
No chance.
No, new storefront opening. Open now. What are the hours again?
Yeah, I mean, right now we're just open 3 to 7. On the weekends, I'll be open 12 to 5. But yeah, then come here September, maybe the second week of September. We might even take a week off. We'll be back to regular hours, man. And like I said, it's been absolutely fantastic. We're seeing familiar faces. I'm seeing faces I've never seen before. You know, a good story here. The first day of school, a teacher in Jerseyville had a pair of shoes on from base camp that her son had got for her. And she's wearing them at school, and the kid was in there and like, where the hell did you get, where the heck did you get those, blah, blah, blah. She mentions base camp. I guess the girl had messaged her mom all day long. And, you know, they end up getting to the store, and her mom gets in there. She goes, we're finally here. She goes, all day long I've been asked when we're going. When are we going? Can we go to base camp? Can we do this? And they end up coming out with 2 shoes, and you know it was great to see the look on her face, man. You know she's a girl from Jerseyville. She's all of it's right here. You know stuff she looks online. I'm sure she sees it online all day long. She's wondering how the heck she gets it. You know where she gets. Nobody wants to order something online they've never ordered before. You know
no, it's scary. Like, it really is.
You have no expectations. So it makes it a lot more organic, man, a lot more natural for the person to come in, see it right in front of their face. She tried on, 4 or 5 shoes and was in between, 4 of them at the end and finally picked between 2, and so it was great, man.
That's really.
We're excited to be back, dude. We love to see the faces. We really do.
Without a doubt, man, and we were really excited to have you back on. I know you're busy, so thank you for your time.
I'm right across the street, man.
Oh, well, that's true.
I have no excuses to walk my ass over here.
Was Stephen Peterbaum, Basecamp Alton. Thank you for your time. New storefront right down the road, and for more information, check out Basecamp socials. Thank you for your time, Stephen.
All right, TJ. Appreciate it.
942 downtown Alton. We'll be back just right after this break.
For over 60 years, Quality has been providing the Riverbend area with new and pre-owned vehicles, Cadillac, Buick, and GMC. And now we're excited to bring you a second location in Jerseyville, Illinois, Quality Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Quality vehicles, quality service, quality low prices, quality. It's more than just our name. Quality Buick, GMC, Cadillac in Alton. Quality Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram in Jerseyville.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
When you need reliable tires without breaking the bank, you won't find a better deal than Cheapy's Tires. Our extensive selection of tires include all major brands, both new and used, along with rims. We'll get you where you need to be with more cash in your pocket. We can work with any budget and get you back on the road in no time. Rough weather is just around the corner, and low tread just won't do. So don't get stuck with bad wheels. Visit Cheapy's Tires on East Broadway in Alton today. Dependable tires at an unbelievable price.
Riverbender Radio has built 3 great new stations just for you in the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. The Bridge, hit music for the Riverbend. And The River, today's country, and all your favorites. Check them out today at RiverBender.com.
And they say you don't tug on Superman's cape. You don't spit into the wind. You don't pull a mask off an old Lone Ranger, and you don't mess around with Jim.
944 downtown Alton, Illinois. A great conversation with Stephen Peterball and Lee Cox of Alton Little Theater this 9 o'clock hour. And really enjoy their time. You guys can always watch any and all of our podcasts, our shows, online at RiverBender.com/daily show. Apologies for my a little bit of a delay there. I was just still chatting it up with Stephen. And you know what they're doing? is really just quite remarkable. You know, I mean, it's one thing whenever you see somebody, you know, do well in a, you know, a restaurant setting, or even you know, a traditional, you know, something that we would call a traditional you know, business. But to see someone create their own type of environment and really embrace the community, have the community embrace them back, is really cool. There's not another business in town that I can think of that has more social media engagement than Steven does over with his businesses at a base camp. So our show love promoting a young entrepreneurship. We love promoting small business, and to be able to do both of those things is really just it's a great thing, and it's a great asset for our community. So really excited to have Steven on, and he'll be on throughout the year, and to talk about all the things that you know, are pertinent to his industry, and ways to get you guys more aware of the businesses going on around town. Here's something I wanted to do. These are came prepared today. This is it's pretty interesting. The iPhone is coming out mid-September. They're saying event launch. There'll be a launch event on September 7th. The iPhone 14 is expected to feature the same phone screen, same size, in both the regular and the Pro model of the previous generation. But this is where I'm kind of leaning towards here. Not leaning towards. This is where I'm wanting to talk about. People with too much time on their hands. And if you guys want to comment in, 618-759-7469, 759 This is a new study. This is what was sent to us from one of our survey companies. Apple's next iPhone event is September 7th. On that day, we're going to learn about iPhone 14, but according to this survey, 1 in 11 men in loving relationships would forego intimacy for a month if it meant getting their new iPhone early. Just 1 in 5, 22%, said they would happily give up coffee for the same period, and 14% said they'll even give up their alcoholic drinks and beer. I don't know where we've gotten to as a society, but the fact that men are willing to give it all up just for a new iPhone, and it's just funny that this is the survey that was sent to me, that they would rather give up coffee, alcohol, intimacy for a brand new iPhone that looks just identical, literally looks identical to the one previous. And by the way, that's probably what an iPhone is, a mortgage payment now. That's another thing I don't understand too. When I start looking at these things, I get kind of on these hot topics, but it's true. I don't understand the people that could keep getting a new phone every 3 months. It's like, doesn't that get boring? You got to change over your contacts all the time, or you got to update everything and put everything back in for a new phone that you get every quarter. Just doesn't make sense. But yeah, men would go celibate to get hands on the new iPhone early. And that's one of our wacky things, but it's true and very sad all at the same time. There is a new moon rocket launch pad that arrived just a week ago ahead of its debut flight, coming up soon. The 322-foot rocket emerged from its mammoth hangar last Tuesday night, drawing crowds at the Kennedy Space Center, many of whom were not even born when NASA sent astronauts to the moon nearly a half a century ago. It took nearly 10 hours for the rocket to make the 4-mile trip to the pad, pulling it up at sunrise. NASA is aiming for an August 29th liftoff for the lunar test flight. No one will be inside the crew capsule atop the rocket, just 3 mannequins. Just 3 mannequins. I don't read these ahead of time, otherwise it's boring. With just 3 mannequins swarming with sensors to measure radiation and vibration. The capsules will fly around the moon in a distant orbit for a couple of weeks before heading back down for splashdown in the Pacific. The entire flight should last in total 6. The flight is the first moonshot in NASA Artemis program. The space agency is aiming for a lunar orbiting flight with astronauts in 2 years and a lunar landing by a human crew in nearly by the year 2025. But we lead into this because I had some space stories today, and these aren't. We're gonna hit the top of the hour news, like normal. But again, lots to talk about. But NASA has plans to probe Uranus. In case you haven't heard, we're sending a probe to explore the planet of Uranus, or for all the science teachers that are going, quit being cute, CJ, it's Uranus. Okay, we'll give you that. So that we can better understand what's happening on the surface and deep inside. The strange ice giant was visited by human technology only once in 1986 when the Voyager 2 spacecraft flew by, snapped some photos, and took some preliminary scientific measurements. We know that one season on Uranus lasts 42 Earth years, and we know it's the coldest planet in the solar system as well, even though there's still some believers in Pluto. We know it's surrounded by a red ring and has a dark spot on it. If that wasn't enough action... Oh man, whoever wrote this for me gets a raise. If it wasn't enough action for Uranus, below the upper atmosphere is what scientists call mush balls, which are clumps of water and ammonia. The working name for man's second journey to Uranus is called the Uranus Orbiter and Probe. Not especially exciting, but the name could change. The current proposal targets a launch in 2031 using a Falcon Heavy expendable launch vehicle with a gravity-assisted Jupiter following arrival at Uranus in 2044. A spacewalk was cut short just a few weeks ago by an issue with the spacesuit. I don't know if you guys saw this. Another thing in the space world, we keep things in order a little bit here. A spacewalk was cut short just a few hours into what was intended to be a nearly 7-hour spacewalk after a Russian cosmonaut was repeatedly ordered to drop what he was working on and return to the International Space Station's airlock because of an issue with a spacesuit. NASA officials said during a live stream that the cosmonaut, Oleg Artemev, was never in any danger. Still, the issues with the battery pack that powers the spacesuit were concerning enough for flight controllers to urgently order him to return to the space station and attach his suit to International Space Station power. The battery issues were causing voltage fluctuations in the spacesuit. The goal of Wednesday's spacewalk was from Artemev and another cosmonaut to install 2 cameras on the new European arm, which is affixed to the space station's exterior on a Russian-controlled portion of the International Space Station. Talk about a mouthful. That would be one of the most scary things to ever... I couldn't be an astronaut. I am such a chicken when it comes to exploring and doing new things. Now, doing new things is different. If I'm on vacation, the little things in life, whatever. But to go out and to be in the middle of the largest vacuum ever, space, and you're worrying about, a battery pack, and you have the guts not to go back into the International Space Station? I mean, that's, to me, is remarkable. That somebody has the gall to go, you know what? Nah, I feel fine. I can do this. Just incredible. It's one of those things where if you caught me up in the space station, first of all, you wouldn't. Second of all, I'd ask you to go see a psychiatrist. Third of all, it would be the quickest lived thing you have ever seen in your life. It would be me going, oop, touched it. I can go back in the space station. I just can't see it. So the fact that Artemev was able to sit there for, and completely defy orders and do his thing is kind of remarkable too. I saw this, and for the kids out there and the young parents that are watching, we all know about TikTok, and some of you even in the older generations know about it too, and some of you are pretty good at it, better than I am. A Minnesota mother, though, is telling her story of how a simple TikTok she made got her fired after one of her coworkers found it on the platform and sent it to her boss. One thing they didn't realize, however, was their reason for firing her was completely inaccurate. Nicole Johnson, the creator of the videos, said she was working as a special education paraprofessional at a Minnesota school, and that her troubles began when she posted the video of herself on May 14th. On May 14th, got some text coming in. Thank you, guys. May 14th, drinking her Starbucks with a silly caption, me telling my coworkers there is no way I can come in early because I have kids, yet I arrive with the Starbucks daily. 5 days later, with only 2 weeks remaining in the school year, Johnson said she was fired. And from her job, she said she was called into a meeting with human resource administrators who printed out a photograph of her TikTok on somebody's phone. And Johnson immediately recognized the phone belonged to her 60-year-old coworker. Johnson clarified that she was never late for work. And when she showed up with coffee but was unable to arrive early because she has kids of her own, the administrators claim Johnson was disrespectful to her coworkers because of the hashtag FYP. The acronym FYP, I'll let you guess for a second. There you go. Is used across TikTok to mean For You page. It's a administrators, it's meant to be For You page. So that goes to their For You page where everyone can see anything. If it gets trending, you can get traction. However, the administrators of the school claimed that the use of Johnson's FYP meant F you people, and this was directed toward her coworker. And so I don't know what 60-year-old Karen she was working with, but the fact that you would rather screenshot something your coworker did, I've never understood that either. Why you would go and try to get a coworker fired, because that makes your job more difficult. Because now you got to cover the slack of having a man down or woman down in your office. And, now that they're going to win a lawsuit over this because somebody's getting sued is pretty funny. So TikTok is the reason to blame for the woman's firing. But the NFL preseason's also underway, and fantasy football supposedly costs U.S. employers, $12 billion and $14 billion a year. It's assumed that 35 million to 40 million participants spend 10 hours per business day managing their teams. However, in an effort to get some free publicity, a number of companies now release these so-called studies, and their cost estimates vary wildly. None take into account that if someone's focusing on their fantasy football team while at work, they're probably giving up some time they would spend on TikTok or something. That's a great point. It's either fantasy football or Facebook. Pick one. And speaking of Facebook, a good thing I'm seeing too is Facebook is bringing back its ban on political ads leading up to the election. Facebook announced just a week ago that it will ban political ads ahead of the 2022 midterm election. Facebook will implement a restriction period for ads about social issues, elections, and politics in the United States for the week for the week leading up to Election Day. Sorry, false alarm. We're about ready to get upset. Essentially banning publishing of new ads from November 1st through November 8th. So at least from November 1st through November 8th, we at least get a break. I thought they meant that they were going to get rid of all the political ads and we weren't going to see them anymore because they are getting more and more ridiculous by the day. So anyway, we're still in pain, but music can relieve pain as well. Good segue there. As long as you get to choose the song you're hearing, some of the best music is inspired by tough breakups, emotional pain, but new fascinating research finds control over the songs we hear is associated with feeling less physical pain. Scientists at Queen Mary University and University College in Dublin reported the perceived control over music is connected with more accurate pain relief. Study participants who were under the impression that they were in control of their own tunes reported less pain than others who did not have musical independence. That's a great phrase. Prior research reveals that music has the power to relieve pain, particularly chronic pain. The basic features that make up music, such as tempo or energy, don't seem to be at all involved in pain relief. Instead, researchers say feeling like you're in control of your own musical decisions appears to be key to pain relief. A lot of fun stuff to talk about, and I love those news stories because I'm going to read you the real news here at the top of the 10 o'clock hour. We have on McPike Mansion, and Sharon's with them. Going to call her and get her on the line and talk about their upcoming events. But after that, we'll get into the news. We'll have some All-Star Awards, got quite a few, and then some more fun sprinkled in the 10 o'clock hour on this 25th day in August in downtown Alton. You're listening to The Daily Show on RiverBender.com with me, CJ Nasello, and Riverbender Radio. Thank you guys for tuning in this Thursday morning, a beautiful morning with the jackhammers going right outside on 3rd Street. So I hope you keep it here during this break. We'll come back with Sharon and then some local news on our daily show.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trunked. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
When you need reliable tires without breaking the bank, you won't find a better deal than Cheapy's Tires. Our extensive selection of tires include all major brands, both new and used, along with rims. We'll get you where you need to be with more cash in your pocket. We can work with any budget and get you back on the road in no time. Rough weather is just around the corner, and low tread just won't do. So don't get stuck with bad wheels. Visit Cheapy's Tires on East Broadway in Alton today. Dependable tires at an unbelievable price.
Once I got here to Lewis and Clark, I felt connected to this place.
It is about intellectual curiosity and people who want to work with faculty mentors and delve into these areas that they're interested in.
And it gives the chance for students to develop a more full version of themselves.
Lewis and Clark for me is going to be the place that I found myself.
Are you in the market for new flooring? Look no further than Ed Eagles Discount Carpet. Ed Eagles has an enormous inventory of carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood with professionally trained carpet installers that will treat your project and home with the utmost respect. Lowe's and Home Depot can't even compare. Our discounted prices regularly beat out the big box stores. Stop by today to have your new flooring ready for the holiday season. Ed Eagles. Quality carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood at discount prices. Located on Humbert Road in Alton.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives. Leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
When you want surprisingly great rates on insurance, contact Mike Fanistock, your local State Farm agent in Wood River. Mike grew up here and is happy to call the Riverbend his home. His care and dedication to the Riverbend proves that he genuinely is a good neighbor. Call Mike today at 254-1251 for a quote on auto, home health, or life insurance. Mike Fanistock, your local State Farm agent in Wood River. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
When I get through throwing it on you, you got to come back for more. Boys and things will come by the dozen. That ain't nothing but drugstore loving. Pretty little thing, let me light your count, cause mama, I'm sure hard to handle now, yes around.
1004 downtown Alton, Illinois. McPike Mansion is a landmark and a gem of our community, and we're so happy to be welcoming on Sharon with McPike Mansion. Sharon, how are we today?
Oh, we're good.
Awesome. And I just wanted to bring you on. I really appreciate your time. You guys are very busy and having a lot of great upcoming tours and events. You just had the back to school event last week. How did that go?
Oh, that went really fine. And we had a nice group, and the spirits have been pretty active and accommodating. We just had a couple of ladies last night. It was her birthday, but so everything, you know, some people have gotten touched or seen things.
My mom did. It's a true story.
Okay. But anyway, our next tour is September 10th. And that's our fall tour. And then starting September 30th and October 1st, We will do the tours every Friday and Saturday night, starting at 7:30, for 5 weekends till the end of October.
Really cool. And if somebody wanted to be a part of those, can they sign up online, or they have to show up to McPike?
They can sign up online, and we're limiting the tours to 35 people a tour, and so they can go to www.McPikeMansion.com and register online and pay online. And it'll tell how many spaces are left, on the calendar and that type of thing. So we're looking forward to a good season. And we're glad that the pandemic is over.
I bet.
We
I
hope.
bet. Without a doubt. And let me ask you this real quick. Might be a softball question, but you have one tour that you remember that you kind of always think it, that's one of the best tours we had, with maybe the spirits being more active, or just the involvement or atmosphere of the group. Is there one in particular?
Oh, I can't think of one in particular, but there's been several where they're very active. I think part of it is how open the people are also, but on the other hand, we've had people who were skeptics who, when they left, were no longer skeptics. And we think we have about 12 spirits. We do ask them to join us in the cellar and try to communicate with we try to communicate with them through the dowsing rods, asking yes and no questions. We show everybody how to use the dowsing rods. The tour is about an hour and a half long altogether. We do give some history and show you some pictures of some of our ghost pictures. A lady got a really cool picture this summer, and they had stopped by. Actually, they were from out of town, so they had arranged something, and she took a picture down in the cellar, like in the hallway, and there was a dark shadow of a spirit. And so I asked her if she took that before or after, and she said before, when we were going into the cellar. And I said, oh, I think that's Henry coming to the cellar.
Wow. That is so interesting. And thank you for leading me into this, making my job easy this morning at 10:08. I do my little bit of research that I do, and I went onto your Facebook page and group that you guys have. So many people from out of state come to McPike Mansion, and I just how have you had out of country visitors yet? Is that common, or are we still getting just people from out of state?
No, we get people from out of state, but we do get people from out of country. Also, actually, some ladies stopped by the other day. They just happened to stop, and I was outside. They were from Venezuela.
Oh, wow.
And said they had heard about this place and they wanted to see it. So that was pretty interesting. So yeah, we do get people from various countries also.
Really neat. And again, if somebody's new to this, if they haven't had any experience, or maybe they're a little uneasy about it, not a non-believer but somebody, or skeptic, but somebody that's kind of nervous about it, what can you tell them about maybe their first experience doing this type of tour, and give them some more information, if you could, of maybe what just kind of transpires, and maybe help their nerves a little bit if they're thinking about stopping by?
Well, we really do try to make people feel comfortable and assure them that these are good spirits, and like, we don't do anything that would scare people or anything like that. And I was saying, my grandchildren have been coming around for years, and they've been in the cellar too. And so they're very accommodating spirits. And like, there's a couple children spirits, they like other children. So we do try to reassure people that it's not scary, but we do try to communicate with the spirits. That's what we try to do. And the spirits actually like when people come. They do like when people come.
Absolutely. And man, they are, ever since they started tearing up the road down here today, I am coughing all over the place too. I wanted to ask you this. What is your favorite room of McPike Mansion?
Well, I was used to say my favorite room was on the third floor in the back, actually. And it probably was, I'm going to guess, maybe some servants' quarters or whatever. But I always like that room. We call it Sarah's room because it looks out on the woods. Actually, the window looks out onto the woods. So that was always what I considered my favorite room.
That is so cool. And just again, we only have a couple minutes left here, and I really appreciate your time and because you really worked to make sure that we could get you on the show and promote McPike some more. One of my favorite stops. So let's hit on this again. With your tours, you have them every Friday and Saturday of the month of October, right? And September, or just October?
Starting at the end of September, September 30th, October 1st.
Absolutely.
So it's like 5 weekends. Right, every Friday and Saturday, and they start at 7:30.
Awesome. And then another thing I wanted to ask you, what are the other types of events that you guys do at McPike? Is it just haunted tours, or you did the back to school tour? Are there other things kind of like that you do that are maybe more of a group setting or more of a different atmosphere?
Well, we have had weddings here. We've had birthday parties here. Some kid birthday parties, some adult, but we have had weddings which have been very, very nice. The last one we had was very, very nice. So people can call me. We of course have had paranormal investigations, and so sometimes people come for that reason to investigate and use their various equipment in the cellar and in the entranceway of the house. We hope someday we can go throughout the house. At this point, we can't, but the spirits are still pretty active. So,
yeah. And I wanted to ask.
Yeah, so they get a lot of information, I think.
Absolutely, and that's what I kind of wanted to ask you a little bit more with the rest of the house. Is there anything that's kind of holding that up? What can we do to maybe get some information out to see if we can help you? Get that open? Is it just
well, right now, we do actually have a donate button on our website.
Mm-hmm.
If people would like to donate to the cause. We are pretty much finished with the outside except for the porches, so we're now going inside to start on floor joists. We've got some roof repairs to do, and then we'll continue to work on the floor joists is what we're doing.
Really cool. Sharon, thank you so much for your time today. And is there anything else you want to hit on before I let you go here? Really appreciate you taking some time to hang out with me this morning.
Well, the only thing I'd like to say is I always say that the nicest thing about owning McPike Mansion is meeting all the nice people. And
Absolutely.
that is the truth. I've met people from all over the world and all over the United States. So
that's really cool. And you know what? You're right. And your guys' is, the atmosphere of, the welcoming atmosphere you guys provide for people touring, for people going and doing weddings, different things like that is really remarkable. And that's why I really enjoyed having you on this show. Definitely a gem of our community, a staple. And if someone wanted to call to book a wedding, what number would they call for that?
618-830-2179.
Awesome. Well, Sharon, thank you so much for your time, and hopefully we can get you back on maybe around Halloween time and do something a little bit more in depth just on some of the stuff going on at McPike Mansion, and do myself a little bit of research and have more of a radio ghost hunt, if you will. That sounds fun.
That sounds fun. I think you should just come to one of the tours as my guest.
Well, I think I'm going to do that. I really appreciate that, Sharon, and thank you so much for your time.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.
It is 10:14 in downtown Alton. Our daily show is going to roll on just around the corner. We're going to take a look at some news and some more fun stuff after we get serious just for a little bit. It is 10:15 downtown Alton. Our daily show with me, CJ Nasello. Coming up just around the bend, our show rolls on.
RiverBender Radio has 3 great new stations just for you in the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. The Bridge, hit music for the Riverbend. And The River, today's country, and all your favorites. Check them out today at RiverBender.com.
I set the thermostat so my house would be warm when I got home from work, but the kitchen is still cool.
At Heating and Cooling, we stand behind every Linux system we sell.
My dealer said he'd take care of everything.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we understand everyone wants prompt, professional service.
Turns out it wasn't my furnace after all, just a little something blocking the vent.
Pretty smart dog if you ask me. For service you can count on, call Barrett Heating and Cooling.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
Once I got here to Lewis and Clark, I felt connected to this place.
It is about intellectual curiosity and people who want to work with faculty mentors and delve into these areas they're interested in.
And it gives the chance for students to develop a more full version of themselves.
Lewis and Clark for me is going to be the place that I found myself.
Insurance agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Shelter, gotta run for shade. It's too hot.
1016, downtown Alton, Illinois. Got my headphones back. I hear a lot better now. Those other headphones are good too. It's almost like a baseball glove, or a soccer cleat. Whenever you find the one that just fits best for you, it's just so hard to do anything else. But here's a look at our news from around the region and within the last 12 hours. Granite City's Mayor Mike Parkinson, local steelworkers 1899 Union President Dan Simmons, and area legislators have not given up on the plight of jobs that may be lost at the Granite City Works plant. An announcement was made Tuesday by the United States Steel Corporation that had it entered a non-binding letter of intent with SunCoke Energy, a raw processing and handling company. Mayor Parkinson said as many as 1,000 jobs could be lost at Granite City's Works plant if this plan was completed. He pointed out that right now this is a non-binding letter of intent to SunCoke. Parkinson said that the binding letter is a commitment to talk and not a binding sale or contract. No deal has been made at this time, he said. There is a lot of fight left in the union, the city, and legislators to keep this business here. Senator Duckworth will work to make sure that if they leave, they don't have a rough belt but return to where it can be developed. I am determined to force them to clean this mess if they bring in a new business and shut the plant down. Mayor Parkinson said only 350 jobs presently at the plant are people who live in the 62040 zip code, and this is more of a regional issue. SunCoke would acquire 2 blast furnaces at Granite City Works, and the plan would be to build a 2 million ton granulated pig iron production facility. United States Steel said SunCoke would supply U.S. Steel access to 100% of pig iron production for the next decade once the venue is live. United Steelworkers rallied on Saturday, August the 20th after the announcement. It was supposed to be a rally, but because of the announcement, it was supposed to be a meeting, but because of the announcement, employees wanted a rally instead, said Mayor Parkinson. Hardin, a case everyone's been following, Jonathan E. Myers of Hardin entered a guilty plea of charges of theft, unlawful possession of methamphetamine, and attempted possession of an explosive or incendiary device on Tuesday, August the 16th in Calhoun County Court. The first incident was a report of theft and criminal damage on June 10th at one of 4 local businesses. Myers posted bond on the offense and was released from jail. The second was a traffic stop on July 9th, 2022, which resulted in an arrest of unlawful possession of methamphetamine. The final incident was a court-authorized search warrant which was executed on July the 10th, the following day at Myers' residence, which resulted in the discovery of more illegal narcotics, an improvised explosive device in various stages of completion. This incident also resulted in an arrest for unlawful possession of methamphetamine as well as possession of an incendiary or explosive device. When motorists also drive, and that was something that we were following deeply. Taking a look at some of the road construction. When motorists drive on Illinois 143 to Wood River or out of the city, they automatically observe the busy end retention project. Workers have been out there for the entire summer grading and installing pipes. The project adjacent to the Kia dealership. The goal of the project is to create a way to drain excess water from 15 acres of land so it can be developed. Wood River Mayor Tom Stallcup said there has already been interest in the land from area developers, so the project has aroused attention. Stallcup said the good news is the irrigation project will hopefully be done within a month, depending on the weather. Mayor Stallcup said he's very excited to get the East End Retention Project completed to begin development. He said the area has great business potential for the city of Wood River. In East St. Louis, Illinois State Police conducted a firearms enforcement blitz with details in all 102 counties across the state from June 16th through July 31st of this year. The enforcement details are designed to ensure those who had their firearm rights revoked are in compliance with Firearm Owners Identification Card Act, or FOID Act. ISP is continuously and aggressively looking for ways to keep deadly weapons out of the hands of those posing a significant threat to themselves or others, said ISP Director Brendan Kelly. Through these enforcement details, we are strengthening our impact in reducing gun violence and protecting our communities. During the enforcement blitz, ISP completed 201 details statewide, consisting of 1,742 compliance checks. As a result of these efforts, 1,027 individuals were placed into compliance by surrendering their FOID cards, transferring all firearms out of their possession, and completing a firearms disposition record. ISP completed 74 details in southern Illinois, zones 6, 7, and 8, consisting of 710 checks, resulting in 295 individuals placed into compliance. As we take a look at Wood River, Wirtz Welding and Tank Service is marking its 65th year in business. The company headquarters are located in Wood River. Wirtz Welding and Tank Service is a leading supplier of tank trailer parts, equipment trailers, and straight trucks, and has two fully accredited R-stamp shops. Wirtz Welding and Tank Service was founded in 1957 in Wood River by Robert and Verna Wirtz. They were joined in 1977 by their son Dwight Wirtz, who's now the company's president and CEO. In the years past, the Wirtz family found it necessary to expand to better serve their customers. So in 1991, they opened a branch in San Antonio, Texas, seeing a need for further expansion. In December of 97, they opened branches in Birmingham, Georgia, and Florida. In 2003, they opened their 6th branch, and in 2013 expanded into Commerce City in Denver, Colorado. Dwight Wirtz said Wirtz Welding and Tank Services realizes without loyal customers and long-term employees that none of the longevity and success would be possible. The United States Department of Agriculture The United States Department of Agriculture's Food Safety and Inspection Service is issuing a public health alert for Purdue's frozen ready-to-eat chicken breast tenders, gluten-free, that may be contaminated with extraneous material, specifically small pieces of clear plastic and blue dye. A recall was not requested, but the product is no longer available for purchase. The frozen RTE chicken breast tenders, gluten-free, were produced on July the 12th of this year. The following product is subject to the public health alert containing Purdue chicken breast tenders in a 42-ounce plastic bag with a best if used by date of 7/12/23 and a lot number of 2193. A lot number of 2193 above the use date. The product bears established number P-33944 immediately below the best if used by date on the back of the plastic bag. These items were shipped to BJ's Wholesale Club, which retail locations nationwide. The problem was discovered when the establishment reported to FSIS that it received a complaint from a customer reporting a chicken tender had a small piece of plastic and blue dye inside of it. And that's a look at our news for the day right here in downtown Alton, Illinois, 1024. We'll be back after a quick break. Our daily show's rolling on with me, CJ Nasello, on this 25th day in August.
Massey Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible. Covering auto, home, business, and life insurance, our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
For over 60 years, Quality has been providing the Riverbend area with new and pre-owned vehicles, Cadillac, Buick, and GMC. And now we're excited to bring you a second location, Jerseyville, Illinois, Quality Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Quality vehicles, quality service, quality low prices, quality. It's more than just our name. Quality Buick, GMC, Cadillac in Alton. Quality Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram in Jerseyville.
Uh-oh, 1025 downtown Alton, Illinois. We got some all-stars today, folks. 2 pages worth. Police. Check out man looking for dentures. A woman in Germany alerted police after a man rang her doorbell and asked permission to search her balcony for his false teeth. An interrogation of the man soon showed that his unusual request, it was legit. He said he had visited a friend's living quarters a few floors above the woman and lost his dentures while sitting on the friend's balcony. While sitting on the friend's balcony, the man's dentures had fallen off the balcony, and he was simply trying to track down his teeth. And we don't know if he ever found his dentures. Police catch 3 teens on a 15-hour laughing gas bender. 3 teens in China were taken into custody when police found them in a hotel room after taking nitrous oxide, also known as laughing gas, or if you're from around here, whippets, for 15 hours straight. Police say they found 3 boys in an intoxicated state, surrounded by what amounted to be cartons of cartridges containing the nitrous oxide. A man advertised. Well, another man in the UK, Britain and China, the UK and Europe are on it today. Man advertises that he is the dealer. In the UK, cops swooped in on a drug dealer's home and found a guy wearing a t-shirt that said, "I'm a dealer." He was arrested and taken into custody. An ice cream that's too cold, another wacky but true all-star award. A woman in Romania made an official complaint to the Government Consumer Protection Authority because her ice cream was too cold. That's an all-star. That is a Karen and an all-star all in one. In Germany, police were summoned to a house after neighbors, I have wanted to do this, were awakened by a loud noise. They found a 51-year-old resident outside of a home had become frustrated with his computer, so he threw it out the window. Good for him. That's a hero. He ain't an all-star. That guy's a hero. Officers asked the man to clean up the mess, and no additional charges were filed. Here's a wacky but true and an all-star award and a dog up for adoption. Plenty of state lotteries have verified winning tickets that were damaged in some way, but the Oregon Lottery has not seen something like this for quite some time. Last week, the lottery received a letter in the mail, and inside of it was a torn-up ticket with a note with an accompanying picture of 2 Alaskan Glee Ks named Apple and Jack. Oh, that's a bad name for 2 dogs. That's lame. Nathan and Rachel Lamette of Salem, Oregon, the ones to send the envelope. Rachel says, for some reason, we left the ticket on the ottoman. That was the first problem. And they decided it was delicious. I went to bed, and when I woke up, it was eaten to the point that I thought it was unable to be checked, but my husband thought it was hilarious, and someone might get a good laugh at the very least. He said, it's for sure a winner. The Oregon Lottery was able to reassemble the ticket by piecing it back together. Turns out, Nathan was right. The delicious ticket was a winning one for $8. All that for $8. Driver dodges a moose, but he hit a bear in Norway. That makes sense. A driver on a rural road spotted a moose up ahead and swerved to avoid the animal. But when he did that, he didn't see the other animal, a bigger one. Well, not a bigger one, sorry. He was avoiding a moose, so I'd rather hit the bear. But he then crashed into a bear. The driver escaped unscathed, but unfortunately, the bear did not. And the last one, a man in South Africa was shot during an attempted robbery, and his life was saved when the bullet was lodged in a wad of money he was carrying in his jacket pocket. Let me read that for you again. A South African man was shot during an attempted robbery, and his life was saved by when the bullet lodged in a wad of money he was carrying in his jacket pocket. You know, they say money can't buy happiness, but it can save your life. That's all I'm going to say about that. Let's see. What else do we got here? Well, another thing for you. Mom and dads are busy, so it's not surprising that exercising often comes last on the list and the only things parents have to do every day. But you can stop beating yourself up for only making it to the gym once a week. According to research, hitting the gym just on weekends will keep you just about as healthy as someone who hits the gym multiple times per week. Researchers at Loughborough University studied 60,000 people in England and Scotland and found that those who engaged in physical activity during the week reduced their overall risk of death by 35% compared to inactive adults, while weekend warriors reduced their risk by 30%. And this is an interesting one, but completely true. I don't even have to see who did the study to tell you this one. According to a survey, almost twice as many women as men wish they had married someone else. Wow. Getting busy out there on the street. My studio just shook. More than 1 in 5 married women, 22%, said if they could go back in time and change their husband, they would. Just 12% of married men admitted to picking the wrong wife, but they also didn't say that their wife was standing right next to them when they answered the questions. I could see that, though, with the married women. That's some looks at some of the odd news from around the day and the all-stars of our 25th day of August. We always want to salute them right here on our daily show with me, CJ Nasello, broadcasting live on RiverBender.com, RiverBender Radio, and just a great day. We had great conversations today with Lee Cox of Alton Little Theater, Stephen with Base Camp, and Sharon with McPike Mansion. So it was really good to have them on. You guys can check that show out. Once this show is done broadcasting, it's available for public consumption at any and all times on demand at RiverBender.com/daily show. So I hope you check it out. And if you have the Roku, like I do, I don't watch myself, even though I can see a lot of you going, oh, okay. No, I really don't. On Roku, you can watch the show as well when it's posted online, and you can do that on the Riverbender Roku app. So if you guys have that, download it today. Get Riverbender on your phone. Get it a part of your life because we are not going away anytime soon. So you might as well accompany us for the journey here ahead, and really appreciate you guys tuning in. I've gotten so many nice things said to me. I've never had this before. Normally, I at least get 1 or 2 people that tell me I'm a jerk or something, and I'm used to it. I say thank you for your feedback. We smile and we move on. But you guys have been so welcoming with this show. Everyone I've talked to, people have sent me texts out of nowhere from people I haven't seen in months, years, and so I know that you guys are watching, and I know doing this live at 9 a.m. is a little bit different, but I did it this way for a reason, and it'll make sense in a couple of weeks, and we're growing. I'm really happy with the progress of this show. I hope you guys are too. I hope you notice the changes on the technical side today because we were working very, very hard on that. I didn't leave here till about 8 o'clock last night, so wanted to make sure those were done. We're getting our intro video made, so that's going to be really cool too, and I'm excited for that one. That's a very cool project. And a lot of people are working on that one with me, and very excited for it. So 1034 downtown Alton, Illinois. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, more fun on our daily show in downtown Alton.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Austin. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
I just got a new air conditioner, top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Lennox products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
When you need reliable tires without breaking the bank, you won't find a better deal than Cheapy's Tires. Our extensive selection of tires include all major brands, both new and used, along with rims. We'll get you where you need to be with more cash in your pocket. We can work with any budget and get you back on the road in no time. Rough weather is just around the corner, and low tread just won't do. So don't get stuck with bad wheels. Visit Cheapy's Tires on East Broadway in Alton today. Dependable tires at an unbelievable price.
Once I got to Lewis and Clark, I felt connected to this place.
It is about intellectual curiosity and people who want to work with faculty mentors and delve into these areas they're interested in.
And it gives the chance for students to develop a more full version of themselves.
Lewis and Clark for me is going to be the place that I found myself.
Are you in the market for new flooring? Look no further than Ed Eagles Discount Carpet. Ed Eagles has an enormous inventory of carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood with professionally trained carpet installers that will treat your project and home with the utmost respect. Lowe's and Home Depot can't even compare. Our discounted prices regularly beat out the big box stores. Stop by today to have your new flooring ready for the holiday season. Ed Eagles, quality carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood at discount prices. Located on Humbert Road in Alton.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
When you want surprisingly great rates on insurance, contact Mike Fanistock, your local State Farm agent in Wood River. Mike grew up here and is happy to call the Riverbend his home. His care and dedication to the Riverbend proves that he genuinely is a good neighbor. Call Mike today at 254-1251 for a quote on auto, home, health, or life insurance. Mike Fanistock, your local State Farm agent in Wood River. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
On the ceiling if you want me. Twice all the price. If the answer is no. Oh, my sweetness.
1038 downtown Alton, Illinois. A great day, a great morning, a beautiful morning, and an even better show. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today. It's a lot better when things go smooth, I would say, and it didn't start off this way. Before I even get into that whole mess, today was one of the craziest, ridiculous mornings I've had in a long time. You know the movie, the early 2000s generic movie where it starts off with a guy's getting stuck behind every bus stop. He's getting stuck by every red light. He's getting cut off. He's getting all of that. That's what the morning was like. And it was one of those where it got me not fired up, but just kind of ready to go. And to have everything kind of work out today has been really great. And thank you guys for hanging out with me. It's 10:39 in downtown Alton, Illinois on this 25th day of August. And really happy to have you here with me. You know, you guys really have appreciated the interview we did with Dallas Martz, Alton River Dragons general manager. Saw a lot of shares on that, a lot of good feedback. And really appreciate that. That's something that I was very proud of. Really appreciated Dallas's time and having him on, and can't wait for more conversations with the River Dragons. But whether it's my conversation with him, Ray Hartman, this week, or anybody else I've talked to, there's been so many guests already, to be honest with you. It's hard for me to remember who was on the show, and that's why I want to thank my mom for telling me to get organized, because you know what? It's one thing for the last 10 years, mom talks to you, go, okay, yeah, maybe. Okay, I get what you're saying. I understand. I hear you. All the things that I would say to a disgruntled caller on the air. Well, she was right about this. After the first week, I realized maybe not as organized as I should be. So I got some organizational charts, and we were able to wrangle it all in together. And on tomorrow, a programming note before we go any further, too, I want to tell you we are celebrating Karen Baker of the Alton Marina. I'm very excited to have her sit down with me. We're going to go as long as she wants to go to highlight her career and the Alton Marina's 26th birthday bash or anniversary bash, which is this weekend. So many things happening this weekend. Like I said yesterday, you have the Elsa Festival. Troy Taylor's doing his book signing. The Marina, the Food Truck Festival, which we will be at on Saturday. Please stop by and say hi. Get the downloadable QR code card where you can just scan that on your phone, and boom, bam, you can download Riverbender app without even having to search for it. That's the ease of access that John was providing for you guys with that card, and I think they're one of the neatest things. Really, such a neat thing to have. But programming note for that. So going to be exciting day on Friday, the 26th day of August, tomorrow. So I'm really excited for that. Here is a list that was sent to me by one of my friends in this field of profession, and it's a pretty pretty interesting thing. This was a survey group. This was a group of people, about 100, and these are the 10 best answers, or sorry, 9 best answers of when did you realize your significant other was a bit of a dim bulb. Let's start. Well, and these are, by the way, this isn't husband or specific or wife specific. We're all in trouble on these. She was at the store, my wife was, and I remembered I needed some whole chickens for the weekend. So I call her up and said, hey, can you grab a few? Over the phone, she says, the big kind or the or the little kind. I told her the largest you can find. She showed up to the house with two 25-pound turkeys. Her entire life, she believed that turkeys were just larger chickens. My wife, and another guy said my wife cashed a check, and when they asked if she wanted big or small bills, she just said regular size. This lady said her boyfriend insisted that cooking certain things in a microwave was a hassle since you have to stop them early. And I can totally agree, because the microwave only cooks in 30-second increments. I'm not sure how he thought that. I'm not sure what he thought all the other numbers were for, but that day, his life immediately changed. I bought my husband a new watch, and it was water resistant. I told him I wanted to see him wearing it at the pool when he goes and does laps. He did 2 laps, got out, took it off his watch, and came back to the pool. I asked him why he took it off. He told me it's water resistant up to... This is a good one. I asked him why he took off his watch, she said. He told me it was water resistant up to 100 meters, so he took it off after 2 50-meter laps. If that doesn't make you feel better about your current life situation, I don't know what will. Number 5 on this. We were putting groceries away the other day when I see her take out a new jar of salsa, open it, and put it in the fridge. I asked why she did that because she didn't eat a single bite. She said it says right on this jar to refrigerate it after opening. She didn't realize yet you could, set it out first, I guess. Number 6. This is true because the guy, even, I can't show the picture of it or the video, but he even posted a video with her saying this at a group setting when his wife thought giraffes laid eggs. Oh, what's gone wrong with our education system? When my husband thought baby ducks were called quacklings. That's good, too. I like these. These are fun. It took my wife 2 hours to install a wireless printer because she didn't plug it in. Well, I could do it. And, this is the kicker. This is disgusting. My husband told me that he never slept in a hotel sheet because they never washed them. So instead, he just wraps himself up inside the hotel comforter and sleeps in that. Oh, that's disgusting. That is so disgusting. But that's nine of the best realizations of the group of 100 when they realized their significant other was not very bright, and just really a remarkable thing. Let's see what else we can talk about this morning. And I love doing this type of stuff. We had some great conversations. We can open it up to you guys. Now, starting next week, we're going to have the chat feature put right into the screen. So you guys can just comment right there, and I can see it. I don't have to look back and forth, and we can all kind of contribute together. Because I want this to be about you guys, too, just as much as it is, a show about the guests and the news stories around the Riverbend. You guys are the Riverbend. You guys are the people we want to service and the people I want to service. So please call in anything you want to talk about, even if it's something crazy. I might tell you you're crazy, but you can still call in and talk about it. Anything you want to talk about, 618-759-7469. Yeah, I can't do that story. But, it's just one of those things that I at least try to moderate myself. I'm getting better. But it's one of those things that I'm really proud of doing this show. And just in the few days that we've done this, we've already developed. We're growing. We're getting through all the kinks of the issues, and we're getting through them. And it's all because of your guys' patience, too. You guys don't have to be patient with me. So the fact that you were, really a neat thing. So, yeah, appreciate your time here, 1046 in downtown Alton, Illinois. I think we got some more texts coming in. But another thing I wanted to hit on before I take a quick buffer break and come right back is I wanted to remind you guys that the 5A's Animal Shelter has a thrift shop open Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays from 10 to 4 on 2600 State Street right next to Joe K's. And you can drop off items every Saturday and Monday from 10 to 2. And you do that by calling 618-254-0635. It's 1046 in downtown Alton on this 25th day of August. We'll be back after just a quick break, a minute break, and we're back with more of our daily show and wrap up our Thursday in the Riverbend.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
For over 60 years, Quality has been providing the Riverbend area with new and pre-owned vehicles, Cadillac, Buick, and GMC. And now we're excited to bring you a second location in Jerseyville, Illinois. Quality Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Quality vehicles, quality service, quality low prices, quality. It's more than just our name. Quality Buick, GMC, Cadillac in Alton. Quality Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram in Jerseyville.
It is 1047 downtown Alton, Illinois. The sun is shining bright on the Riverbend today. The roadwork's going. I can feel the ceiling shaking. I've never felt an earthquake, but I feel like this can equivalent to one. I bet you it registers on the scale somewhere. Doing great work out there repairing our sewer systems. But the Alton Amphitheater Commission has announced the lineup for the 2022 Wine and Jazz Festival. Enjoy the sounds of smooth jazz and taste a great wine as the successful Alton and Jazz Wine Festival returns to Liberty Bank Amphitheater on Saturday, September 3rd, with gates opening at 6 p.m. The Alton Jazz Confluence, featuring up-and-coming Godfrey and Alton student musicians, will kick off this year's festival. Following this excited group of future jazz stars will be the Kendrick Smith Trio. The headliners for this year's Alton Jazz and Wine Festival will be Mardra and Reggie Thomas. The Alton Amphitheater Commission is excited to bring great jazz to Liberty Bank Amphitheater with this popular and growing event, said Dan Herkert, the Amphitheater Commission chair. I think Dan's going to come on tomorrow, I think, at some point and talk about it too. We're particularly proud to again feature some of our local student musicians at the beginning of the festival. He's also thrilled to bring back the intimate jazz club setting where tables will be set around the stage surrounding the artist as they perform. This setup, first utilized at last year's festival, proved to be extremely popular, and it sold out very quickly. This year's festival will again feature the popular trays from Brown Bag Bistro, and as well as other food options. A variety of wines will be available for purchase and by the bottle or glass, and beer and non-alcoholic beverage options will be there as well. Tickets for Wine and Jazz Festival are available online at libertybankamphitheater.com or at metrotix.com. I don't know if you guys saw this one either, but this is some pretty big news. Bradley Piros, a reporter for RiverBender.com, just reported this less than an hour ago. Spirit Halloween is returning to Alton in former Shop and Save building. That's right. It's that time of year again with Alton, with August just winding down. It means Halloween is right around the corner. Actually, I saw Halloween candy in stores in July. Spirit Halloween stores are beginning to reopen, with Spirit Halloween just put up a small banner on the window of its store in Alton saying that it will open soon and that they are hiring. The store is inside the old Shop and Save building located at 1721 Homer Adams Parkway, according to its website. The franchise has over 1,400 stores across North America and the United States, and claims to be the largest retailer in the continent. At a store near you, you can find the best options for Halloween costumes and animatronics that you already have that have you ready for every spooky celebration. It's just really exciting to see Spirit coming back. What a big business. You know, it's the darndest thing. I have never thought about, how big of a business holidays are. But it's just because it's so right in front of us and so obvious all the time. It's one of those things where it's like you see it, but you don't really believe it, or I don't comprehend it. With Christmas being a $1 billion holiday, and Halloween following it just closely, I'm sure it has to be close to it too, probably even more than $1 billion. It puts into perspective. I see posts all the time from you guys on Facebook. A lot of you are I feel like they're boring into the bank vault. I can feel it now. A lot of you are, big spooky season people, and right whenever the leaves are getting ready to change, I see the posts and the horror story, horror movies and everything else, and it's one of those where I see that, and it's like with Christmas. A lot of us, go, oh, that's a neat thing. We love Christmas. It's a good holiday, but we don't recognize how much of a social and economic impact that it has on our community. So having Spirit here, a great report from Bradley on RiverBender.com. Bradley and Dan have been saving me this week. I can tell you that much. They are putting in the work, writing great stories for you guys to check out on RiverBender.com. And just another great addition to have. And for all of you Halloween goers out there, Spirit Superstore will be back at the former Shop and Save building on Homer Adams, and it's opening soon. They are hiring, so why don't you get for the people out there needing jobs or for a seasonal job, there you go. There's another good one too. So another thing that's kind of developing in downtown Alton. Also got a comment yesterday. I got a text, and they didn't want me to read it on the air, but I talked to them afterwards. And it was about the Starbucks thing, and they kind of reiterated and want me to I'll read the text, but it was let's see. Yeah, it was exactly what I was just getting ready to say. It was all around along the realm of taking care of our local businesses first before going into a corporation's pocket. So really appreciated that feedback. She ended up calling, the lady called me afterwards and wanted to hit down on that point. So I wanted to make sure I remembered her text and our phone call conversation. You guys can call me anytime you want. I'm actually a very accessible person. But I don't like giving my phone number out, but if you have it or want to message me on Facebook about something that you see or something you just kind of want to know more about, heck, I'm right here for you to call me. And Monday we have a really unique thing with water testing and the creekways and waterways in our area, so I'm really excited to welcome them on too. But coming up tomorrow, we are celebrating Karen Baker. And the Alton Marina's 26th anniversary bash is this Saturday, and Karen's retiring. A devastating loss to all that know all the work and hard work she's put in, and great success, great results at the marina. She's going to be truly missed, but all the best in her future endeavors. We're going to celebrate her tomorrow right here on our daily show, and I'm really excited for that. Going to have a conversation with our sports correspondent, Luis Noya, wrap up the week in sports, and hopefully, I think, don't quote me on this, because sometimes I'm not all the way, sometimes I'm wrong. But I think we're getting Dan Herkert on too from the amphitheater to talk about the Food Truck Festival this Saturday, which will be at. Another reminder, I want you guys to stop by and say hi, take pictures with me. I'm not the best looking guy, but my hair looks okay, so that kind of saves it. And we can take pictures, and we could, say hi, and you can share it with your friends and make sure that the whole entire town knows about this show, because that's growing. We're getting there. We are hitting the stride, and we're hitting it pretty good. So I'm very excited for that. It's been a great day in downtown Alton on this 25th day of August. And I want to thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. You guys could really listen to anything you want to listen to, whether it's a national television show or, a different podcast. So the fact that we're getting shares, we're getting some views, we're getting some really good feedback is really what's important to me. Like I said, this show is by you, for you. I'm just along for the ride, really. I'm just the liaison, if you will. That's what my qualifications fall under. So really excited for that, and just want to thank you guys again for stopping by and hanging out with me today. So on that note, there's only one thing left to do, and that's wrap up this bad boy on the 24th, on this 25th day of August, this Thursday. Tomorrow, an even better show. I hope you have a great day. On that note, have a great day, and try your best to stay out of jail.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
When you need reliable tires without breaking the bank, you won't find a better deal than Cheapy's Tires. Our extensive selection of tires include all major brands, both new and used, along with rims. We'll get you where you need to be with more cash in your pocket. We can work with any budget and get you back on the road in no time. Rough weather is just around the corner, and low tread just won't do. So don't get stuck with bad wheels. Visit Cheapy's Tires on East Broadway in Alton today. Dependable tires at an unbelievable price.
Once I got here to Lewis and Clark, I felt connected to this place.
It is about intellectual curiosity and people who want to work with faculty mentors and delve into these areas they're interested in.
And it gives the chance for students to develop a more full version of themselves.
Lewis and Clark for me is going to be the place that I found myself.
Are you in the market for new flooring? Look no further than Ed Eagles Discount Carpet. Ed Eagles has an enormous inventory of carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood with professionally trained carpet installers that will treat your project and home with the utmost respect. Lowe's and Home Depot can't even compare. Our discount prices regularly out the big box stores. Stop by today to have your new flooring ready for the holiday season. At Eagles, quality carpet, tile, vinyl, and hardwood at discount prices, located on Humbert Road in Alton.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
When you want surprisingly great rates on insurance, contact Mike Fanistock, your local State Farm agent in Wood River. Mike grew up here and is happy to call the Riverbend his home. His care and dedication to the Riverbend proves that he genuinely is a good neighbor. Call Mike today at 254-1251 for a